Hello and welcome back to Sci-Fly, the Afterlife Package, Episode 2. Are you guys excited? I'm excited.
Oh, wicked excited.
Yeah.
Cracking a beer.
Am I too excited? Yeah, after those audio
Yeah,
issues.
it looks like you just scared the shit out of Steven.
Well, I knew we were starting soon, and I was waiting, and then I was waiting, and then I was waiting.
Got this nice little thing for
Whoa,
holidays.
nice.
Drink my raspberry sour out of this
Ooh.
beautiful boy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back. As you can see, because we're late, we're still dealing with audio issues. This is our second stream ever, second time playing Blades in the Dark ever, Forged in the Dark ever.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing a lot of things on the fly and just trying to make it work. But honestly, I'm really excited. This is going to be a ton of fun. And I'm hoping we've improved a little bit from last week. Mic placement's a little different, this and that. We're going to keep getting better each week. So please give us your feedback. We're trying to master the art of this new medium. So, hiya, we're Fantasy Pants. I'm David, that's Jeremy, that's Steven. I think I pointed in the right direction. I don't know.
Cheers.
Gentlemen, what are you guys drinking tonight?
Damn, what are you drinking out of?
This is a
Whoa.
big old guy.
Dude,
It's a cool
yeah.
guy.
Yeah. David's got his raspberry sour. I've got my
That's awesome.
classic silver bullet. This one I'm 90-something% sure is pretentious Hopper from our lovely supporter and employer, Reckless Brewing Company. Come see us. Come drink us.
Come drink us.
Blood, sweat, and tears, or something like that.
I'm drinking a lovely beer from Reckless Brewing Company.
Oh, and
Nice.
in that
Hold on.
Keep New
Hey.
Hampshire brewing glass.
Yeah. New Hampshire Pint Day.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Drink local. Keep New Hampshire brewing.
Oh, boy. I've got myself a Great North Ale Works. It's Raining Raspberry Sour Ale. Because I
Nice.
cannot drink
Sour.
your disgusting bitter swill. Yeah.
Oh my god, David.
I need like 3 more of those after all that. Stress! Here we are. And speaking of stress, tonight we are finally getting to the nitty-gritty of these Forged in the Dark mechanics. I'm really excited because we're finally going to use stress. We're going to take some wounds. We're going to use flashbacks, I hope. So this whole heist, last time around, I had this kind of plan, right? I was going to do our intros, character intros, build our character sheets, build our crew or team sheet, and basically what I wanted to do is move that into a tutorial session, right? A sort of really brief heist to just wet our teeth. I don't know, what are pants on the mechanics? What are pants on the mechanics? And we're going and that ended up not working out because we went for 2 hours and 45 minutes, and
Yeah.
I was tired. And I didn't want to do it anymore. So this time around, I'm hoping we can cut a little shorter, but I still want to add a little more meat to the bones of this little heist I set up last time. So if you're just tuning in, nothing has happened for some character intros. So if it's first time in, hopefully this is a good time for you. We're going to be learning a little bit on the fly. We're going to try to get better every single time we do these things. But I'm rearing and ready to go. If I can just find which of my 1,000 tabs has my notes. What do you think, guys? You want to get started? Anything else you want to talk about? Any more shop to talk? Or
I'm ready to get started. I'm just, I'm like making sure I've got all of my reference documents here, and
It's a lot.
yeah, it's a little different than what we're used to, but
Yep.
we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun and maybe not die.
We'll take it piece by piece, a bit at a time. I already mentioned before, last time around, I did some things in this current mission. We are not rolling our engagement roll. Typically, before you do a mission, you guys are the ones in charge of deciding what happens, right? You decide what job you want to take on, how you want to proceed, and how you want to like actually accomplish it. And usually what this means is you make a little bit of a plan, and we do a roll, and we sort of shoot en media res into the scene itself, and we see kind of how that plan worked out for you. We'll do an initial roll to see if you start off in a bad place, in a controlled, risky, or desperate situation, basically. If there's immediately a roadblock in your way, and if it's a very dangerous one. But we're not doing that because this is our tutorial mission, and I'm not want to roll a bunch of stuff, and I didn't really give you option to plan anything. So we're skipping the engagement roll. We're going to start you off in a controlled situation. You are inside the Sarge box that you are supposed to be in. You are close to your target already. You are unnoticed relatively. Another part of these heists that we're going to skip for this version, for this one, is your load. So your load is how much stuff you're carrying on you into a mission, right? And it's basically just there's 3 options: light, normal, and heavy. And those are how many things you have. So if you look at your items on your character sheets, you will see that there's a bunch of different items that you can click. Italics, those items there, certain things will not count for load, like what would be a virus, antivirus, Spirit Bane Charm in the actual writing would not be will not count towards your actual load. You don't need to pick these ahead. What these are is when you find a situation and one of these items could be useful, it's already part of your plan. You already had that item on you. You get to click 3 things. Okay. The reason I'm picking light is light load means you're pretty unnoticeable. If someone like full on frisks and searches you, they might say, that's kind of weird that you have, some light climbing gear on you right now. But no one's going to see that ahead of time. No one's going to search you unless you're doing something real weird. If you go normal load, it's a little more obvious. You're up to no good. You look a little bulky. You're full on wearing a trench coat that's got some bulges in it, and you're you're standing out. And a heavy load, don't go out in public with a heavy load. People are going to call the police. They're going to call PiSec immediately. These guys are walking around full armored. This is terrifying. So that's kind of what load's all about. We're doing light because we put you. I put you in the Sarge box, in the moment. So it'd be weird if you were normal or heavy. You shouldn't have gotten that far, probably without some rolls that I'm not going to do. So light load, controlled situation. Let's reset the scene, shall we?
Perfect.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go to Sarge Bucks. Sarge Bucks. Sorry, the actual name almost slipped out there.
Hey, whoa, watch yourself. They could be anywhere. They're watching us right now. You are sitting in a Sarge box. We have Marge, the old HR lady turned crook, turned criminal mastermind overseeing this little team, is sitting at a table, kind of looking over, glancing suspiciously towards a figure that's behind the counter, an older man, sort of graying, big bushy mustache. For some reason, I'm imagining Sarge Bucks has like a pink and green striped sort of uniform apron situation. Maybe like a pink shirt with a green apron over it. I don't know, just seeing this. So you see this man there kind of hiding out behind the counter, doing his usual thing, taking payments, moving back, so foaming up some drinks. This man's Ernest Milk, and he is your target here. He has something, maybe some things, that do not necessarily belong to him, and there's a danger he's going to hand them off to a different party. What you know from last time is there's a documentary about to come out on Magix Max, the main sort of streaming video site for the Myrtle Magix company. And this documentary is essentially a slam documentary against Sergeant Soda, the company you all work for that Sarge Box is an affiliate of. They're one of the many chains that fall under the umbrella of Sergeant Soda. And this Ernest Milk is going to hand off information, it seems, to a representative of the Myrtle Magix company. They're going to hand off people to this documentary, and that's not good for your image, not good for your company. So that has to be stopped. You're looking at that, Marge, maybe your eyes flicker. On the other side of this place, I imagine you're kind of up front towards the windows. You see passerbys in the street outside, in the region of White Crown, district of White Crown, sort of the northern end of the city, the Myrtle Magix owned district. People walking by, some famous actors, a lot of set designers, this and that, makeup artists. People that work on film sets are a huge part of this, but of course suits going to their general office jobs. These people are moving by your window as you are looking back into the Sarge Box itself. There's a meager population in here, maybe 20 people at this point. They're kind of moving in and out. And as you're kind of in the more populous part, sort of blending in, your eyes flicker towards the far back. Maybe there's a small alcove where the little hallway leads over where the bathrooms are. There's a couple of more shaded tables over there. And you see your partner, Switch, is kind of sitting there in a more like, darker location, able to scope out the entire place, more defensive. Real smelly. Someone just walked out of the bathroom and it's a waft of bleh coming right over his face. He's trying to look cool, though. The two of you are here together. Before we start this thing, I want to flash back one more time, because like I said, I'm putting a little more meat on the bones of this heist. So we flash back to a conversation with Breeder. Perhaps a very familiar desk in some old office in the back of some abandoned building. I think you've met with Breeder a few times now, Marge, and you found that every time when you're called to a room, it's a different floor of a different building, but always a floor under construction, plastic sheet tape everywhere, and you're kind of moving through these sheets and these darkened hallways, and you always see one singular light under a door filtering out into the hallway. One single office that has light and power and everything that's on. You move down, you knock, you push open the door, and you see Breeder. Tall man, I believe he had sort of yellowing, sort of kind of rough-looking teeth, kind of jagged, and he always greets you with the widest of smiles. We'll cut sort of into the middle of a conversation with him as he's filling you in on this current job. So here's the deal, Marge. I need 2 things stolen from Sarge Buck's AL-17. The first is a disc with sensitive information, and the second is a vial of clear liquid. Now, this next bit is confidential. Got it? Kind of looks at you, very sort of intense eyes.
I can work with confidential.
Good. In the vial is a near untraceable chemical that subtly magnifies the addictive properties of sugar and caffeine. This particular Sarge Bucks was chosen as one of a number of locations that are quietly testing this new compound as an additive to their products. Information on this compound and initiative was sent directly to each location's manager's computer. Unknown to Sarge Buck's AL-17's manager, we got a ding that his file was copied. Security camera footage revealed that barista Ernest Milk was the one that copied this data into a disk. Now, given the regular contact Ernest Milk has with Magic's employees being in barista in White Crown, we pieced together that this is very likely a plot against Sergeant Soda using information in the coming Slam documentary announced for Magic's maps. Our sources in Magic's have confirmed this theory, and we cannot allow this to happen. You get that?
I understand. That was the wrong. That was more of a wrong character.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, the other old lady.
The other old lady, yeah. Well, I know it's okay. I need to do a different old lady. That's yeah. I understand. Oh gosh. We won't let the information get out.
Good. Now, given the sensitive nature of the situation, management cannot directly interfere and take these items back. Such a move could be spun on Sergeant Soda in an uncomfortable way. We must assume that any action we take will end up in that slam dunk. So, enter you. You are an entirely unknown element in the game. On top of that, you yourself are a relatively unknown agent in Sergeant Soda. HR doesn't exactly propel you to popularity. Switch is a bit more complicated a matter, as the face of an action movie actor is sure to catch some attention. but the company has cut ties with him in an official capacity. No more campy commercial deals. He also previously worked for Magic, so that does muddy the waters here. I have done everything I can to help facilitate your little plot here. I've even, let's say, pushed the manager into a sick day to put a little more pressure on a now understaffed coffee shop. But that is the extent of the help I can give you. I will be watching you from security cameras as you move, but I can do little else. Call this your first test. Are you ready to put your team into action?
I believe Switch and I will have a successful mission.
All right then. And with that, we fall back into the scene. You know this, at least. I would give you this information from going into this. The liquid vial is most likely on Earnest Milk. They're supposed to be adding it subtly into beverages they send out. They want to see if there'll be an uptick in customers if they drink this stuff and they kind of feel a bit of more of a pull to come back. Maybe it's not ethical, but who cares? Sergeant Soda owns the food and beverage industry. They don't give a shit about ethical. But because he's supposed to be using it, good chance the vial itself should be in the pocket of his apron. As far as the information they know from security cameras, it was on a disc that he pulled from the computer that he is supposed to be trading off, very likely here when someone's going to trade off with him, perhaps during a drink run. So depending on the timeline of this trade, the disc could be on his person, it could be in his personal locker in the back. That you don't know.
Okay. All right. So we're back in the scene. How many other employees can we see? Have we seen?
You've been watching for a minute. Like I said, the place is understaffed. The manager who would normally be there is not there, and so there's a little more pressure on. Everyone's kind of doing a little moving around, running around, under a lot of stress. You see, besides Earnest Milk, who's kind of working the register and moving back and kind of making drinks and kind of going back and forth, there is one other person who's solely kind of running drinks, brewing and frothing and whatever you do. I don't drink coffee. I don't like it. I don't know what you do with it.
Brewing and frothing sound like great. Yeah.
The caramel on it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
a little squiggle.
Cherry. Do you do cherries? Probably not. Anyway, they're doing that. Grabbing like the sort of pastries and such and little bags from the glass counter. So you see two people out front, but you also see they'll move back every once in a while, grab stuff, and come out. And you have to imagine there's someone out back that's preparing the pastries and whatnot in the sort of prep area, which would be likely where any lockers and employee items would sit.
Okay. All right. So, Marge is gonna go up to the counter, ready to order either another something or, for the first time, I don't know if Marge has anything yet, but...
Okay, yeah. Let's say, like, maybe you were just waiting for the line to die down, you sat down. It's probably not weird for that to happen sometimes. There's a large line.
Sure, she's an old lady. She doesn't want to stand in line.
Yeah, the line sort of died down. Let's say the moment where everyone's kind of parted. Maybe like, let's just say we're hitting that 1:30 right now, right? The sort of lunch rush has died down. It's kind of that quieter part of the day. Maybe you see people will leave, and there's about 15 people all told in the building now. All of them enjoying their beverages. You step up to the counter.
You seem a little overworked. Have you had any coffee yet this afternoon?
Kind of looks. I think you see like a placid-on smile, the kind of eyes that just like brow that does not show it. Like, I've had my share, of course. How can I help you?
Well, maybe a half calf for yourself then. What do you say?
I'm. Let's make an action roll.
Yeah,
Sure,
I'm pulling up my
here,
act.
but I like this. Let's make an action roll. And here's the fun thing with this: Blades in the Dark, Forge in the Dark, is a conversation. It's very different from other games because it's not a lot of me telling you what's what. It's us talking about it, and then, someone gets a final say. When you make an action roll, this is a fun thing. I don't say what you roll. It's not like D&D where I'm like, make a perception check. I just say, this is going to take an action roll. You tell me what you want to do for it, and if we agree on something and you get the final say on this, then you roll that. How effective it is goes to me, because when you decide what you roll, I'll tell you with the position and the effect.
Right. I'm thinking that it's probably going to have to be a sway, maybe. She'll add a little personal. Oh, when my Russ has had too much coffee, I'll pour him a half calf, and that'll get him through the afternoon without getting him too jittery.
I love that. I love the callback to the flashback too. That's great.
Yeah.
Episode 1 stuff. I like that a lot. Okay. This is going to be obviously a controlled position because nothing's gonna go wrong if you fail this, right? You might just make him irate and he wants to move on. Standard effect. He will pour himself a coffee. You'll talk him into it. He looks tired. He's got some red ribbed eyes.
Okay.
So you have 1 dot in sway. It means you get 1d6. If you get 1 through 3, normally that's a bad thing. Since it's a controlled position, not a lot of bad's gonna happen to you here. If you were in a desperate position, I would break your arms. That's
Sure.
Yeah, but that's not the case. He's not that pissed off yet. So, do you want to do anything to give yourself more die?
No, I think. Well, it's not desperate, so nope. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to roll this and see if we can move in this direction here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Save your stress, because anything that's gonna give you more die is usually gonna be you're gonna take a penalty in
Right.
some way, and a lot of it's gonna be stress. But control position, yeah. See what happens.
A 4.
4. That is a mixed result. Okay. He turns around. He's gonna go and he kind of nods. I guess what he'll do is he's gonna go grab a drink. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I could use something. How about you? Do you want? Well, I'm getting myself a drink. How about I get you a drink too? Because that's how this normally works when you're a customer at a. But he smiles. And he seems like this kind of charmed him a little bit.
Yes, I'll take one of the same. Actually, I would like to keep my caffeine consumption a little lower today.
All right, just give me a minute. He turns and goes back and starts brewing something. Is there something you want to do with this situation?
Well, my thought is to get his cup in front of me. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that yet, but
mixed result. He pours himself a drink. He pours you a drink. He comes back, hands yours over, and his is just a little bit out of your reach.
Okay.
So it's like you got the coffee made, but you didn't quite get everything set up the way it could have been.
Sure. All right. So Marge will take her coffee back to her seat. And she's gonna sit with it for a minute. I'm gonna look through my sheet because I think I might have something to do here. It's gonna take me a minute though. So
Okay. Let me hop over and check on old Switch in the back. Switch.
perfect. Yeah.
Marge seems like she's trying to handle things up front, but there's 2 goals here, and you might need to take a look in the back.
Yes, I was gonna.
Do you have any plans for that?
I was hoping that while they are having this discussion, I can maybe sneak into the back.
Ooh, okay. Do you want to go through? I'll tell you this. you would know enough about the floor plans. There would be a back entrance going into the prepper you can go through, or you can move through the front. During the scene, Ernest would be distracted. There is one more barista behind the desk there, but they are a bit stressed. You could try slipping over the counter. You are pretty good at that sort of thing, but it will be a little more risky.
Sure. I can get to the same place in the back by going either direction.
Yes, you know less about the back entrance. You can see this entrance sort of clearly, the way in behind the counter pretty clearly.
Behind the counter.
And right now, as you're looking back through the door, you can see at least no one seems to be right there.
Okay.
In the back entrance, you can't say the same.
Right. Can't say the same. Don't know much about it. I'm gonna go the riskier way.
Okay, I like that a lot.
He doesn't like to go places that he doesn't know exactly what he's getting into.
So you see this conversation happening, and while this is happening, like the whole time, Marge is talking, and they're discussing the drink. You slowly get up, you walk. Maybe as you step, your shoes are so quiet as you're moving around the edge of the counter. Like I said, you're in the back, so imagine, if you will, there's like a sort of back hallway. Most of the action's happening in the bottom sort of L of this building, right? So as you slide up to the edge of the counter, you're not in a spot that's super noticeable.
Sure.
One quick move, you can be down behind the counter where no one's going to see you, moving your way into the back. What do you think you would use for this maneuver?
Probably Prowl.
I like Prowl. Prowl is about moving.
At least for this one, yeah.
Yeah. I can see Prowl, I can see Finesse, I can see a lot of things, but I like Prowl a lot.
Yeah.
Do you want, now, because this one's going to be, this is going to be risky. If you're caught doing this, immediately alarm bells are going to go up, and the staff here are going to be a little concerned. Now, not everyone hears and knows what's going on with Ernest and what's going on with you, but it's still going to look mighty suspicious, like you're robbing the place.
Sure.
It's risky for standard effect. Now, I'm going to just to talk mechanics. If you want another die, you could pretty easily take 1d6 from Marge.
Yeah, I can help without.
You help. Yes, you would take one stress, but you're already in a position where that makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to do it?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Marge is burning the stress. You have 3 dice of prowl. You can make it 4.
No, because of foresight, 2 times per score, I can assist a teammate without paying stress.
Spiders, man, I love that. This was
and
you already planned for this entire exchange.
It asks how we prepared for this, so I'll say that we prepared just by going over the blueprints of a typical Sarge Bucks layout, and if you duck here and watch for these tiles, they're a little squeaky, but
I love that. Yeah. You could say, like, just behind the counter here, there's a rubber mat that, it's legally they have to have a rubber mat to walk on because it's a little wet by the sink there. So if you jump right here, you'll land right in the rubber mat going over the counter. No sound. There's a lot of things you could say here. So I love that. I love that a lot. You have 4 die here. This is looking pretty good.
I didn't think I'd be rolling 4 die. I only have 3, so I'm gonna roll 3 and then roll the second die.
Re-roll the lowest one.
3 die.
Yeah. That's the total?
No, it's with the highest number of all of them. If you roll 2 6s, though.
Highest number of all of them. Okay. Cool. Actually, not. Individual.
If you roll 2 6s and during one roll, that's a crit in this game, by the way. You want to make sure you think about that.
Highest was a 6.
Ooh, that is a
nice.
Absolute success.
Hell yeah.
You don't hear it, Marge, but you know where to look. Just your eyes for a second peek over Ernest's shoulder as he kind of comes back, puts his coffee down, starts handing you yours. You're chatting, and you just see this like shadow slide over the counter, drop down behind it where no one sees. The other baristas turned away at that exact moment. In Switch, you are moving into the back. I love that. Okay, who wants to make a move here? Who do you want? Are we going to continue with Switch in the back, or are we going to go back to Marge?
Either way, I think March has a move planned, but I'm...
Yeah, Switch is going to keep going to the back and try to find his locker. But while he's doing that, he kind of wants to observe, see if he can gather anything about the operation.
Okay. Switch is moving to the back. Marge, you saw Switch do his thing. You move back to your seat now. You sit down. What are you doing at your seat?
In Marge's seat, she's pretending to pour something into her cup. Then she's going to get up and bring it back to the counter to try to start another conversation with the barista.
You see that when you sat down, one person did move into the line, just like a single person ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
You see kind of like long, sort of rough-looking, sort of messy hair, very like red hair. Looks like a man, somewhat like kind of stout build, but a little short. Maybe like with like a brown kind of almost like fedora hat, is in like a similar sort of brown coat. Now stands in front of you. There is some whispered words, and that man nods and begins to move to the sort of receiving end. After like you notice he doesn't pay. He just moves to the receiving end. Something's up here.
There's the place your order line and the receive your order line. He's in that one.
He just walked over there. And you walked
over
the line?
Yeah, and I misspoke, actually. I didn't want to pretend to pour something in. I wanted to actually pour something in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So she'll go up to the counter, and she'll say, sort of loudly, I think there's something wrong with my coffee. I don't know if you maybe want to check it out yourself. And quietly she'll say to him, I put the good stuff in there. I can tell you're really stressed and short-staffed back here. David, I'm looking for a devil's bargain. I want this guy to drink this coffee.
You're a devil's bargain? Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
I want the devilest of bargains.
Okay. I'm going to tell you two things, and I'm going to offer you your devil's bargain.
Yeah.
Ernest is looking at the other man, and he's looking with kind of a nervous sort of glance. And you see his hand sort of reaches subtly to his apron, like he's feeling the outline of something.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of speak up, and he looks over and I mean, that's very, very kind. He's rolling it over. I can't just have this happen, right?
Yeah, sure.
But I'll let you roll for it.
Maybe.
I'll let you roll with an extra die for it. What would you choose for your action here?
I mean, I think I gotta stick with Sway. I'm looking at Consort. I think Consort's a little bit different.
Yeah, Consort, I would let you use Consort because you started building a rapport already. And I think that's kind of what Consort's all about, is to like build a bit of rapport with somebody, and then you can kind of, Sway is like you're talking to somebody they wouldn't do. Usually you're going to be talking to a stranger. Consort, I think, lets you, if you can worm in and really kind of work with somebody and make friends, then you can start to sway them in a different kind of way. I think in this situation, it's your call, but I would say Consort makes sense.
Yeah, that gives me a second die already, so I'm happy to do Consort.
I will give you another die. But I'm going to bring... how do I put this? More people are going to enter the shop, and it might not be people that are in your best interest.
Interesting.
I don't know how straight I need to be with everything. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I don't care.
That's okay.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That's okay. I'll take your devil's bargain.
Take that extra
and And if I push myself, oh no, I can't double. I can't get die from both. So it has to be either a devil's bargain or pushing myself, right? That's how I think it is. I don't think you can get die from both. So I'm gonna roll 3d6.
You can get both.
Oh, I can get both?
You can load up on die if you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
go crazy.
I will
Go nuts.
take. It's 2 stress, right?
Yeah. You're burning stress. Take it. Take it, man.
Yeah, that is a lot of stress, but okay. I really want this one to happen. So
Nothing
that's
stressful happens after this.
5d6. I can't not get this, right? That's 2 6s.
It's a crit.
That's 2 6s. Yeah.
Oh
Nice.
man.
Nice.
Okay, I like that a lot.
So then I'm gonna burn one of my load, and I'm gonna say that what March put in there was laxative.
Oh no.
Man. Okay, all right. He grabs it, sort of smiles again, looks like nervous at the other guy, but it seems like he's almost eager, like he's very nervous. Like this is something that he wants to just take this in. He grabs it, takes a good solid sip. Thank you. I don't really feel the effects, but I'm sure it'll kind of sits down, puts it down. You hear a ding behind you as the bell or the shop door opens. You glance over your shoulder. You see that figure in the other line, the brown coat, red hair man, also kind of looks over and kind of turns back almost a little shifty. You see a PiSec officer walks into the shop and moves to the line behind you. Just you see a sort of large built man in a PiRon security uniform. I believe it's just kind of like a black uniform with gold pi symbol along the front, like a badge-like spot. Utility belt with all sorts of gadgets. This is the policing force here in Afterlife. And when you see this figure, your mind, you're very analytical. You're factoring through all the data. What do you know about PiSec? And I think the number one thing that comes to your mind when it comes to PiSec is a little thing we haven't talked about in this setting yet called administrative powers. Now, typically Afterlife, your body in Afterlife is perfectly replicated to be just like your body before, whatever time in your life you signed on for the Afterlife package, right? That's why you're old, that's why Switch is not as old, a little bit younger. You can get hurt here, you can get sick here. These things happen. They happen on purpose. They want people to be just like they were in the real world because it was productive enough. And there are hospitals here. They gotta make their money. But some people are given superhuman attributes. Increased perception, increased strength, wild shit. Some folks, the high ups in companies, they say they can fly around throughout the city, go wherever they want, teleport. It gets crazy. Now this is usually just, again, for the very, very high ups in various companies or those they can approve and grant their own privileges to. But PiRon workers generally get some abilities. They get some administrative powers, and PiSec officers get increased strength, constitution, and speed beyond what a normal human typically would have. And so you're an old lady, so I'm sure this crossed your mind anyway, but this is not a fight you want to take.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, looks like he's just here for coffee. He's kind of humming. He's kind of this sort of well-built man, little like upturned mustache, or a little shaved chin, buzz cut, and kind of just like humming to himself as he's waiting in line.
So Marge will end her interaction. She'll say, "I'm telling you, there was something wrong with that one. I'll wait for a fresh one over here." And she'll go sit down at a seat that's close to the bathrooms.
Now you rolled a crit, so I'm gonna do this before the officer gets over there. You see. Ernest takes a sip, kind of nods like, "Oh, cool, the good stuff," and walks over to the other barista, who you see is a young woman with a long, sort of dirty blonde ponytail, tucked in a hat. And passes the drink over, does a whisper. She kind of nods and takes a sip as
Fantastic.
well.
Absolutely
That's a
fantastic.
crit. There's a police officer here now, but both people have now drank this. Ernest goes back to speak to the PiSec officer, and as he does, as you take a seat, watching this interact very keenly, as that figure that's sort of at the other side is tapping their fingers, sort of like waiting, eyes flickering to the officer, eyes flickering to Ernest, we cut to the back to Switch, who is moving along the counter, sort of sliding into the back room. Switch, you can hear activity happening kind of around the corner here. There is someone back here.
Okay.
You're moving into a pretty, like a little larger open space. A number of ovens and refrigerators decorate the one wall. Looks like a long counter decorating the wall beside you. And like, let's say you're ducked down under a counter. Down the ways on the counter that you're kind of hiding behind, on the edge of, you can hear like tink, 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 like someone's cutting something or moving trays. There is someone back here working. You don't see lockers yet, not unless you can turn around the corner and take a look on the other side. But right now, all you see is just like, various kitchen utensils.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I stay hidden while going around the corner to the lockers?
You can with an action roll.
If I look around, can I see maybe some like aprons or any sort of, maybe employee uniforms hanging around or?
You know what? Let's do an action roll.
Yeah.
There are rolls for that.
All right.
If I might recommend, I do see you have a point in survey, and that would be a very good roll for this. You're taking a quick look to see what you see.
Yep. Cool.
It's 1 point. Now, if you want more dice, there's a couple ways you can do this. One, you could push yourself. You can give yourself 2 stress, like Marge just did, and you get a second die on this. You could ask about a devil's bargain. I could basically say, yeah, here's an extra die, but something horrible is going to happen. There's various things. You have abilities that let you do this. You can use an item, perhaps. You could...
Yep.
I've got one more help action, but I think we should save it for maybe something a little more
now there are
dire.
different rooms too. It might be a stretch to see how you can help. I mean, you could just
Well,
it.
yeah, right, yeah.
Does my infiltrator have any bearing on this at all?
Let me take a look at this. You have to when you bypass security measures.
I don't know if that's more for...
That wouldn't be for this. That very likely will come up. That's really good.
Sure, just checking. I'm going to take 2 stress for another die.
Okay.
And speaking of that, I forgot when Marge helped me out, did you say I didn't take stress for getting that?
That was
you
don't. Yeah, only Marge took stress on that.
Perfect.
No, I don't take stress on that because of my
you don't take
ability.
stress. Yeah, but if someone does help you, though, they take the stress, not you. If there's
I see. Cool. All right.
Yeah, you're clear.
Let's do this.
Okay, so you're going to survey. This is going to be a survey. I'm going to say you might need to move your head around, and you're in a dangerous spot. It's still going to be risky, and it's going to be for standard effect.
Okay. 4.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, what that basically means, you accomplish the thing you were trying to accomplish. In this case, it was a survey roll.
Okay.
That means that you do see, essentially you look up and like very close to where you are. I'll say this, you turn around the counter and you can see sticking out underneath the counter, it looks like someone had taken off an apron and put it underneath, maybe it was last shift, and it's actually within reach of where you are now. You could grab an apron.
Okay.
The downside is, as you see this, here's fun.
Okay. Okay.
Out front, while taking the order for this officer, Ernest's eyes just go wide. He clutches his apron-covered stomach and goes, "Oh, no!" And begins to like rush. He leaps over the counter, basically the exact place you did, and starts moving around. The other barista, the woman, whips up her apron and kind of looks at the officer. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh!" And runs and jumps over the counter as well. And they shout, Francis, man the front!" As they both go running to the bathrooms, and both bathroom doors slam shut. Actually, they're moving past you, Marge, now. But as they go to move past you, Marge, in the back, you hear, oh, what the hell? Someone begins to step, moving around the counter to the out front where you are hiding, Switch. What do you want to do?
Who?
Oh.
Switch.
Shit.
Okay, switch.
Now, I should tell you something. If I do a consequence that you really don't like, you can essentially just fight the consequence, right? You can do what's called a resistance roll. And that's going to be like, say it's basically you're going to take 6 stress, but you're going to roll a die and take away whatever you roll from that die from the stress you gain. But you can basically, if you do that, you say, that doesn't happen, there is no consequence, I resisted that, my luck held up and that didn't happen. He's moving towards you right now. You could choose to resist now, or you could choose another action roll to get out of the situation.
This could be stupid.
I love it.
I love stupid. I love stupid.
I want to continue what I was doing and grab the apron.
Okay.
And come out from under the table, putting the apron on.
He's walking the corner. You just zoop, pop up, full apron wear. It's just like this gruff-looking Switch. You pop up and you see this, like, I think you see a pretty large man with, like, sort of spiked up, like, icy hair. Very chiseled chin. And it's, it's again, just like bulking figure. Kind of stops dead, gets a step back, like, who are you?
And what's that? Remind me what district we're in again?
You are currently in White Crown, the district belonging to the Myrtle Magics Company. In another world, you would have been very familiar with this district.
Okay. I fucking forgot the voice that I used for him, so I think I can get it pretty close.
He's like watching you, and you're sort of like, hang on. No.
Yeah.
No.
Let me take that again.
I think it's a bit of a southern drawl.
I'm so sorry. I'm from the Coleridge location, and I seem to have left my apron there, so I just kind of grabbed this one. You guys, I'm just filling in for a little bit.
Hang on, let me open the map real fast. I want to point out that Coleridge is here, and White Crown is here. It's the other side of the city. Oh no, keep going.
I'm from the docks. God damn it. You're that picky about it. I'm from the dock.
No, you said Coleridge. It's fine.
Hey, he probably wouldn't know somebody from that side of town then.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point.
I'm a new hire down there, and they sent me to kind of just get an idea of how all the stores work. Do you guys have like an employee area where I could set my personal effects?
Holy shit! All right, what are you rolling for this?
Break room, something. I don't know.
Here's what I'm gonna do here. I like this a lot. I'm going to give you... I mean, it's still a risky play. I like this a lot, though. It's going to be... I mean, whatever you want to roll, you tell me. But I'm going to tell you now, it's going to be risky, and it's going to be limited effect. You'll need to do a little more to get this guy to, like, kind of hear you out. He seems like he's kind of a little dubious. But you have an option here. You can trade position for effect. This is kind of a fun thing you can do. So basically you can say, all right, turn that risky into desperate and give me standard effect, which means if you fail this, the consequences are worse. But if you succeed, the result is better.
Okay.
Which is just fun.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. I'm torn between having fun because this is the first one, but
I'm trying to use every you do. I'm just bringing these up because I'm trying to use every potential thing to like try it all out, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. Let's try it out.
Oh my god.
Let's try it
Okay,
out.
all right.
Fuck it.
What are you rolling?
Fuck it.
What's your game here? What's your plan?
I'm feeling finesse. On this
Finesse. Interesting.
Misdirection. A little misdirection.
Finesse is a little more about
More about
movement.
physical
It's more-
misdirection.
yeah, physical movement. Is that something you're using? Are you using that here? Like it's kind of more like sleight of handish, more dexterous. You know, if you can spin it, that you can use this for that, then and you can just fight to yourself. Then
Right.
use finesse. You tell me.
Otherwise, it would just be just a straight single die.
That's it's not even that. If you have nothing in a spot, it's 2 die and you take the lower. So you might need to start doing some things. Now, again, there are some fun options here. You can use an item potentially that might allow.
Right, you've got a loadout.
If you use the right item in your loadout, I might give you an extra die for just having the right item for the right time. If you want to flash back and say how you already planned for this and you did this thing to get ready for it, I might give you an extra die. If you want to push yourself, you can take an extra die. If you want a devil's bargain, you can take an extra die. A lot of ways you can up this.
So pushing yourself costs 2 stress. Does a flashback also cost 2, or is it 1? I don't remember.
A flashback, it depends on what you do in it, right?
Oh,
So-
you decide the stress.
Yeah,
I
so
think.
typically it's going to cost 1,
Yeah.
but if it's a really crazy effect,
Right.
it's going to cost more. If it's like, I can go wild with it depending on what you do in your flashback. You know, if I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not even realistic, take 5 stress, I can go crazy.
Sure. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
you should know, if you stress out during a mission, they call it traumaing out, you are
Yeah.
out of the mission.
Right,
And you take a new trauma afterwards, so it's dangerous.
Sure. What about if I just flash back and forge new hired paperwork?
You had it on hand? I mean, I like
That's
that.
great. That's
I like
great.
that a lot. I think it's totally reasonable to do that. I know it's going to cost you 1
Okay.
stress.
Hold on.
Sure.
That could even just be a loadout item, right?
Could it?
I suppose it
Doesn't.
documents is in there.
I think documents is
Here's
in
what I'm
there.
gonna do. I want to take a flash because
Yeah.
instantly that you're flashing back. You didn't have it ready to go ahead of time, and documents is so like vague. I don't know if this is right. But I want to give you have to click documents and give me a 1 stress for a flashback. We flash back to Switch has a job application from a different. And he's just like filling it out. Has like all the paperwork done. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. That gives you an extra die. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think we do have.
one, would it not?
I'm gonna say that because of that, like I think that's cool. You used an item and you used a stress for this bolt. I'll give you 2 die, which means you're rolling 2 die right now. For
Okay.
I want to offer you a devil's bargain anyway because it's a
Fuck.
fun one.
Okay.
You can take an extra die on this,
Uh-huh.
but this guy's strapped. He's got a gun
Oh.
concealed.
Oh.
What do you say? I mean, if you roll well, it might not matter.
You're just laying it on. Holy
Wow.
shit.
I'm having fun. I'm getting into this now. I'm starting to understand the game. The game is I can just be like this horrible thing and this horrible thing, and you just roll. I don't know. It's good. I like this. Come in with horrible ideas.
So I can
kinda
take the
what I
standard
do.
2 die.
Perfect for
Or just
David.
An extra like 3 if I take this bargain.
If you take this bargain, you have 3 die. It's pretty good.
I kind of got to do that.
You need a 6 to get a full success. With a 4 or 5, you accomplish your goal with a minor complication.
Like
Okay.
the guy has a gun.
Like that.
Yep.
Well, the guy has a gun if you take the deal at all.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Fuck it. Let's have fun.
Look at it. Oh, I love
Let's have
having
fun.
fun. Okay, cool.
Let's have fun.
Yes. All right. Give me that die roll.
This gonna be a TPK like second session. Jeremy. Jeremy.
First roll was a 2. Second roll was a 2.
Oh my god, come on.
Stop.
Third roll was a motherfucking 6.
You fuck.
Why? Why
How dare
you
you?
kill? Oh my
How dare
God,
you?
my heart.
How dare you?
Oh, baby.
It makes so much
Good
sense
economy.
because I think we have that. I think we stole a printer, right? Like a document
You
printer.
stole a document from you,
That's
too.
right.
You have like 5
That's
documents.
right.
Yeah, the documents are a tier up. So like, if these guys are like, I think the same. These are tier 1. So yeah, you need a tier up actually in this case. So, damn, that's really cool.
Oh yeah.
You just like you're saying this, and you kind of see this large figure, like Francis. You heard the name called, kind of reaches towards like maybe like a part. When he's stuck into his back, you can see a holster. He's kind of hearing you talk. You whip out the paperwork, and he kind of stops.
Here, look.
Let me see. Oh. Huh. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Okay. Yeah. He takes his hand off the gun.
God.
He just pats you. Do me a favor, take the pastries out in 2 minutes. And he points to an oven, and he kind of claps you in the back and moves around you to go out front. We hear like, oh, hello, officer. How can I help you? He moves up to the front desk where the officer is, and you have access to the back. Dude.
Wow.
Shit.
Oh, that was so cool. Okay. That's 6.
I'm very tempted before he goes any further. I'm very tempted to just pull the pastries out now.
You undercook the pastries?
Well,
Wow.
no, I mean, my thinking is he doesn't give a shit about the pastries, and he doesn't want to.
Smoke billowing out. 5 minutes later.
Actually, that could work out. If he lets them burn.
Smoke screen
and
through
fire
pastries.
comes off.
Oh my
That
God.
could work out.
When you turn the oven up.
I'm getting too deep into the pastries.
We'll get back to those pastries, because I really want to know what Marge is doing while these 2 baristas are losing their pastries in the bathrooms.
Well, so as as Ernest is running by, Marge wants to establish some sort of familiarity just by saying, like, as he passes by, like, "Are you all right, dear?" I don't know if he answers at all or if he just runs to the bathroom.
I like that you're doing this, because I think I want to roll here, because they both got messed up after taking a sip, and I think that there isn't a suspicious kind of air on them as they're moving by you. He at least kind of looks at you, and he's kind of like sees you right here by the bathroom, remembers you gave him the drink. You make this, you say this. What do you want to roll?
Oh gosh.
Because otherwise, I feel like you need to do something here. I like that you're doing this, because you probably should drop suspicion, because otherwise you're going to look pretty bad right now.
Right, yeah, that's really not good. I mean, sway is charm, is to sway someone with charm. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try sway.
But that spider page. Okay. What do you want? you want? He has a gun. I don't know. Devil's bargain.
I know. I'm gonna at least ask about a devil's bargain.
Here's a devil's bargain. That PiSec officer is looking over here. Very he's gonna be paying a lot of attention to this situation because it seemed weird.
Okay, I don't want that. I'm just gonna push myself
Okay.
to take another die. So it's 2D. I'm like halfway stressed out.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. A 3 and a 6.
Oh, you guys are only too good.
Dude.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
dude. Wow.
You say that, and immediately, like, any sense of suspicion, his eyes flees. PiSec officer isn't looking this way. He's just, at this point, the guy out back is now moving up to him, so he's kind of just forgot about that. He's talking to Francis. And Ernest kind of just, like, nods. Sorry, I just need to get by real quick. He's moving past you to go into the bathroom, and
Marge opens the door for him, and she
Thank
says,
you,
"Oh,
thank
I'm a nurse. I can help," and goes into the bathroom after him.
Okay, wait a second. Wait a second.
Hold on. I'm guessing it's like
This man's gonna
it's like
shit
a
his
it's like a
pants.
it's a restaurant, right? Like there's a big door in, and then there's like a bunch of stalls. Is what I'm thinking.
You know what? I had in my plan just like 2 single bathrooms. Let's do a fortune roll. This is fun. We're doing a new roll.
Okay.
I don't have any dice. You gotta roll it for me.
Okay, I have D6s.
Okay. 1D for sheer luck. Give me 2 dice on this. 2D6. And
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
2D. A 4 and a 6.
There's
Nice.
stalls. And you know what? I'm just gonna say, based on that, there's stalls. He just like, yeah, okay, that's weird, but I'm just gonna shit my guts out. Come on in. He moves into the room. The other barista moves into the other bathroom. Doors close behind you, Blanche, and he just rushes into a stall.
I'm not Blanche anymore.
Marge, damn it. I knew it was going to happen at least once. It's going to be 5
Oh, yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Rushes in, door opens, door closes.
And Marge locks the. I mean, like I'm not thinking that Ernest is really paying much attention. He's running for a stall. Marge is gonna just lock the door behind her.
Okay. I hate this, but give me 1 more D6 for a fortune roll. 1 more.
God, so many rolls. You're gonna get me one of these times.
Don't worry, this can't be really bad for you. It's just going to be like
Stop, dude! It's another 6.
Nice.
Dude, I'm rolling my like spectral craft, one of the D6 that we got from their
is brutal.
Yeah.
grab bag.
Here's what that roll was. I am a food service worker. I'm a food service manager. So,
Sure, yeah, you know all about it.
This guy's in a rush, but he knows enough from his training that he takes off his apron, hangs it on a hook at the front of the
Yes!
and then moves into the stall because he's not
That's
going to
all I
bring his apron and
wanted.
shit on it. No,
That's all I wanted.
You 6s! I cannot believe this. Oh, I couldn't morally not have him do it. So you know,
Dude,
yeah.
that's absolutely incredible. Yeah, Marge is gonna go through his pockets.
You reach in the pocket, you do not feel a disc. You feel like maybe a check receipt thing, feel other items, and you feel a small glass vial. You pull it out and see liquid.
Perfect.
He's just in the stall. All you hear is. He's just
So,
fucking losing his shit.
so Marge is gonna stand by the door and give him some, regular person motherly advice, like, oh, make sure you're drinking lots of water, this and that. Oh, go see, I don't know who the healthcare supplier is around here, but she'll just give sort of generic advice before leaving the bathroom.
Okay, I like that a lot. I realize in hindsight, I should have had you flash back for the
Oh, for
shit
the
juice.
I can take a
Give me a stress for it.
okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. So you're saying all that, you have the vial in hand, and okay. This might take a while. Oh my gosh. Oh no. You need to get out of here. This is no place for a lady. Oh,
Okay.
It's okay.
All right, and she leaves.
You open the door, you let it close behind you. As you step outside, there's a man standing there waiting for you. See that man, the hat, red hair, brown cloak, is standing there kind of sizing you up. Again, pretty stout and short, so probably like the same size as you. As you step out, just kind of looking at you, looking in the bathroom.
Oh, sweetie, do not go in there.
There is something
Is
in
what
his
Marge
eyes
says.
that looks dangerous. Let's cut back out back.
Oh no.
Switch. Francis left. Back's all yours. As you're looking, you see the prep area. You see the oven is on with the, you imagine pastries inside. Counter ticking down on that. You see there is a second room off the back. Well, there's actually 2 rooms at the back. One of them looks like it has a couple of looks like maybe an entrance room to the back door.
Okay.
3 rooms. One entrance to the back door. One that would be the manager's office. See a computer kind of sitting there. The door looks like it's closed. There's a little window peeking into it. And the third room would just be a very small, almost almost closet size with a couple of lockers where you think employees are putting their other clothes and jackets and whatever.
Okay. I think he wants to search the lockers first.
Okay. You move over to the lockers. There are a total of 3 lockers. We have 3 people on staff generally. Or I'll say 4 lockers. Okay. You see all 4 of them have padlocks on them.
Okay.
Combination locks.
Combo locks, okay. Shit.
Now,
I can't cut.
these would be, I would say, I'd call them maybe a tier 1 to go off the tier of what this place is, right? You are not affected by quality or tier when you bypass security measures, so they would be a tier 0 to you. So you would actually have a pretty good effect if you want to try to like pick the locks or kind of like, you know, listen for it, get around them. You know, you're good at this sort of thing. So that was where your infiltrator will come in.
Because I think one of the items is tinkering tools in the...
Tinkering tools, but I also have burglary gear.
There you go.
Ooh,
as well.
I love that.
Yeah, there's burglary gear right there, yeah.
Small pry bar, lock picks. Well, maybe you have like a little thing you can use to hear, like listen into the lock and like do it. I'd say that would fit in there, right?
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's super cool. You pick that, you pull out your burglary gear, you move to the lockers. Is there a way you can tell which one is Ernest's? Otherwise, you're going to go for all of them and search them all for a disc, which is pretty rough.
I was going to ask you that.
Could you go for a study roll?
I could.
I'm willing to.
I don't have any of that though, so I'm gonna have to.
They're better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's a way that Marge can help. I just can't really explain a way to help the decision.
Yeah.
So I'll save it for a rainy day.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So 2D take the lower, right?
With
Wait, you have one dot, or
no, I don't. I have
No,
none.
it's 2D, take the lower. Hey, you can push yourself to take an extra die.
How much stress do you have already?
I have 3 right now already.
Okay.
So I'm not. It's not crazy yet.
Right.
But I kind of wanted to expend more for actually
getting into them.
Getting into the locker.
Yep, that's a great idea. Might get lucky.
I'm just gonna roll 2 and then take the lower.
Okay, this is going to be controlled standard.
Cool. God damn. 2 2s.
Okay. It's controlled, so nothing bad happens. The only thing is you don't know which locker. You just look at them and you're like, oh shit.
I'm gonna try to go through all 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something here. I'm not gonna put any ticks on it, but I want you to say, if you have roll 20 open, this right here is a clock.
Okay.
This clock is going to be Francis comes back. You know, he comes back to check on something. You know, if you're taking too long, he comes back.
Okay.
There. So now, as you're making these next rolls, they're gonna start getting risky. So I'm gonna start taking off this clock, right? Basically, what's gonna happen is if you fail a roll, it's the wrong locker. I'm gonna take it.
Okay, and it's a 4-segmented clock.
4-segment clock. Yes, right. Thank you for the audio audience. I'm doing a 4-segment clock. That's actually pretty rough. That's pretty brutal. I'm gonna do a 6-segment clock. You have time. This is he's dealing with stuff. Though I even said those 2 aren't coming back for a hot minute.
Yeah, I mean those pastries are gonna burn too, so they're gonna be dealing with all that.
So this is fun because I can assign like if you fail a roll, essentially like if you get a mixed success, it just takes you. Maybe it's the wrong block. If you fail one outright, you don't get one open. They can have fun with that. So it takes you a couple tries to get the right one. So you're looking at the lockers. You have a 6-segment clock.
Yep.
No, you don't 4-segment. I'm sticking to my guns. I don't care.
Yeah,
you get one roll here to see what happens.
What about a 5-segment clock?
No, there is none. You cut a pie into 5 slices, you madman.
Yeah, you can.
What?
I can.
Well, you're doing it wrong. You're looking at these lockers. What do you want to roll?
I mean, in this case, would finesse work better? I mean, I know it says
finesse sounds really great.
Yeah.
Sounds like it fits really well if you think so. If you're also planning like breaking the locks, wreck is pretty good. Kind of depends how you want to do it, but I think finesse.
Yeah,
makes a
no,
lot of sense.
I've got 2 dots in finesse, so I'm gonna stick that route.
I like
Nice.
it. Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. You have 2 dots in finesse. You want to push yourself?
No.
Okay, this is gonna be risky standard. Basically, like, I'm gonna take off clocks depending on what happens here. If you fail outright, you don't get it, and you're gonna have to roll again, and I'm gonna add more ticks. So
Okay.
it's all about time right now. You are losing time.
Fuck me.
Uh oh.
Let it tick. Roll a 1.
Oh no.
Roll a 1. Okay. It said risky. I'm gonna click 2 dots off of this 4-segment clock.
Did you say a 1 and a 2? Jeremy, what were your rolls?
A 1 and a 2.
Okay.
Okay, so
Sorry.
2 was the higher.
Yeah, but still, it's still outright failure.
Okay.
You're going through, maybe you get like 1 open, it takes you a little longer than it should. You're having a hard time with these locks, and you still have more to open. Times tick by, too much time, you're starting to sweat. Francis will come back any moment. Marge, I'm doing this. This figure before you kind of looks you in the eye.
Yeah.
Is Ernest in there? I'm here to see him. He's supposed to. Kind of looks over his shoulder at the PiSec officer again and says, "You're supposed to hand me off something. A drink. I was waiting on my order, so. Where's Ernest? Why are you in the bathroom with him? Eh?
Oh,
This is
honey,
weird.
he's in a bad way right now. I wouldn't go in there unless you have quite the strong constitution, but I believe there's somebody else who's making the orders now.
Yeah, see, I really wanted to talk to Ernest.
It's a public restroom. You're welcome to go.
I might do that.
Horrible noises coming from.
Jesus Christ.
You'll make a roll. Basically, he's gonna go in there. You realize now this is the contact. He's here to take the vial and the disc.
Right.
If he goes back there and he finds out it's not there, you might be discovered before Switch is done.
Sure.
So how do you want to deal with this? Do you want to slow him down? Do you want to get out of there? Switch is in the back, so maybe it's okay. You can make an action roll here to try to stop him. You did try to talk him out of it. Maybe it worked.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is I wanna try to sway him to not go in wait until Ernest comes out.
All right. Risky standard.
Risky
There's
standard.
no reason. He's a little suspicious, but he's not gonna get you or anything right now. He's just kind of
Yeah.
He's gonna go in the bathroom. That's what's gonna happen if you fail this.
Can you explain switching effect for me again?
Basically, you can switch. You can go vice versa. You can drop your position for your effect. So basically, you can say, "Let's make this a little more dangerous for me."
Yeah.
But make it so I succeed better. Rather than a standard effect, it's a great effect.
Okay.
Or you can do that the other way around. You can say, "Let's make this less dangerous for me," but I believe you can do it the other way around. But you can
Yeah. All right.
less
That doesn't make much sense for me here. Can I hear a devil's bargain?
Devil's bargain.
I'm running on. I've got 4 stress left, so I'm trying not to take more stress if I don't have to.
Yeah. Okay. It's hard trying to decide. If he has a gun. I mean, there's a PiSec right over there. I think it's be the same as before. I think this is gonna sound a little suspicious, and that PiSec officer might walk over and ask what's up. You know, he's just. I think you're just gonna catch his eye. He's gonna look in the back and see there's some kind of heated conversation happening. That's all.
Okay. Well, that doesn't do me any good either. All right, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna take 2 more stress and push myself for an extra die.
Okay.
So, 2D. That's all I got. I want to keep this guy out of the bathroom. I'm not even joking. It's a 3 and a 6. I don't. And dude, it's the same. No, it's the same die every time.
Okay.
It's the same die every time. I don't.
Okay. Real quick to know, I don't think there's gonna be any desperate actions yet. There has been one, right? There's desperate for you switch earlier on.
Yeah, so
with
you
the
got to
devil's
mark
club.
that in your
So-
playbook advancement.
Yeah, so I want you to mark that under. That was when you were using sway, I believe. So go ahead and put a point in resolve. And basically, where it says resolve, there's those number of bars above your actual skills. Put a point there for me. That's an XP point. Whenever you either fail or succeed, whenever there's a desperate roll at all, you take experience for the desperate roll, and you can, when you level it up, you can put new dots somewhere in that area. It's really cool. So, and I can explain this to you afterwards too, Jeremy. So don't worry about trying to find it right now. But it's a cool little thing. It's you basically whenever stuff gets bad, you get experience. Back to the situation. 6. He hears you out. I think he kind of just like I'm gonna say this. He's like, and you just crack the door, open the smallest bit, a scent wafts out, and he, oh holy shit! Oh yeah. Oh wait. And he slides into the booth that you were at earlier, just inside the bathroom to wait.
Man, I'm really trying to think of a good reason why Marge doesn't just straight up leave.
You could. You have your half. If Switchface gets his half done, that's it.
I think Marge is going to
She's
trust
good.
Switch. I think Marge is going to trust Switch. She's going to get out of there because she's got the vial. There's sneaky customers around.
Yeah. This guy's waiting for the trade-off, but by the time he realizes that there's nothing to trade, you'll be in the wind. You walk
Gone.
out. I think the officer just looks over, gives you a casual kind of nod as he's receiving his drink from Francis. Sits down at a booth as you walk out the door. Ding, 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 ding. The sound of a bell following you out onto the street. You have accomplished your side of this heist. Let's slide back to our lurk. Switch. You have 2 more dots until Francis comes back in. Can you pull this off?
For this one, I'm going
Standard.
to push myself.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. Yep. So now I get 3.
3 dice.
Ooh. 4 was the highest.
Okay, that still
Okay.
counts as success.
Not the best, not the worst.
Here's what happens here.
Okay.
Because this is now risky, because that you did that, I'm gonna fill out the rest of the clock. But you get the last lock, open it. Maybe you're the 3rd lock, or you open it, pull it open. You look in and kind of just sit in kind of just sticking out of a little bag on the top of the locker. You see a floppy disk. Looks like the one you're looking for. You slide it out into your hands. You close the locker. You turn to leave, and just as you're walking out of this room, you see Francis begins to move back. He was a little too nervous about those pastries. He goes rushing over towards the oven, and he just looks over and sees you.
Can you explain resisting a consequence one more time for us?
You can resist a consequence. So if you want to resist a consequence, in this case, it's a social consequence. So I need you to roll. Basically, you're going to take. You only get 1 die. You can only have 1 point.
This is if you want to do it, Jeremy. This is
So-
if you want. I just wanted to hear an explanation
You
again.
need to take. You need to roll 1d6 because you only have 1 die, and you're going to do 6 minus whatever you roll there. So you might, if you roll a 1, you're going to take 5 stress, and you're going to stress. You're gonna trauma out of this heist because that
Right.
is the max of your thing. But that's worst case scenario. Any other
Yeah.
roll, and you're walking out of here fine because no consequence. He's still out front.
So as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what he saw. If anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just
Okay.
know he's coming back. Now, it might look suspicious if those lockers are open. He's gonna see that he might have seen something if he walked in. So,
Right.
you want to risk that consequence? You have a 1 in 6 chance of coming out of here scot-free.
Yeah.
Or no, it's 5 in 6 chance, but 1 in 6 chance of this getting real bad, real fast.
Yeah.
That is Forged in the Dark. Come on, give me some fun. I mean,
No, I'm gonna keep rolling with it.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it going. Yeah. I mean, as I notice him coming in, I'm just gonna, I think, kind of adjust my hair a little bit and retie my apron, kind of like I'm hastily getting ready, and then kind of wait to see what he says as I'm doing that.
He just moves around like, did you check the pastry? I kind of like,
Oh shit! Oh,
did you wait?
sorry.
Were you in the locker? Were you in Ernest's locker? You can't. How'd you even get? I mean, I understand you're trying to get stuff. How'd you even get in that locker? It should have been locked.
Oh, was I not supposed to take just any locker?
You shouldn't have been able to take just any locker.
Oh, I just grabbed a lock and pulled, and it was just open.
You want to give me an action roll?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This might be the last roll. This might be it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how we could have pre-prepared for that, but
Yeah.
I'm struggling to think of something.
All right, I'm gonna push it
Okay.
because either it's 2 and take the lower, or I can take some stress.
Okay, so how about if Marge offers foresight, which will be an extra die without me taking stress. I just have to tell how we prepared for this.
Okay.
Maybe there's somewhere in a Sarge Buck's employee handbook it talks about the locks on the lockers, and we saw that they were combo locks, and it's like they were just talking about, oh yeah, maybe somebody didn't set the combo. They have this resting position where if the combo isn't reset, they just are rested in an open position, and you could just pull it free. Blah blah blah. Maybe they learned
with the system that only an employee would know, basically.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I like that a lot. Extra die on this. Here's the fun part.
Cool. Yeah.
Desperate for great effect. We already talked about this guy's packing. If he gets suspicious, that's really bad. There's a PISEC officer out front. This is a bad time to fuck up. But if you pull this off, you can walk out of here with the disc. There's no one left to stop you. The back door's right there, and you have talked to some position where you can just walk out that door. Great effect, because this will end the heist. Or it will end the heist, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay, then. Oh boy. So what are you doing here for this?
It's mine too.
What
I
you
got?
have. What are you using? A tune? Or no? What's your? Sorry. What's your dice roll you're using for this?
Your action.
Your action.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm trying to figure out which one it's going to be. I mean, the only thing that makes sense is finesse. In that. Some misdirection on it.
Okay. All right. How do you bend finesse to this? Because it's more dexterity based. What do you do that makes this should work finesse? I'm not saying it's impossible, but
I think as he does it, he's gonna go and turn as he's explaining this. He's gonna turn around and just kind of wiggle the lock and be like, "Look, it's already there."
Nice. That's
Very
great.
clever.
A demonstration.
That's very clever. I like that a lot.
A finesse demonstration.
Boom.
Yep, that's awesome.
You got it. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Cool.
with that's 3 die. If you push yourself, that's 4 die.
That actually might be worth it in this case. Yeah.
Okay, take 2 stress.
I think it's worth it.
I think so. The only downside is if it comes down to if you lose, resisting is gonna get a lot scarier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You take that. Oh my gosh, 4 die. Desperate. That gun's coming out if you fail this.
2. I'm gonna roll a lot of 2s.
Mm-hmm.
5 and a 6.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
He just nods and says, "Oh yeah, right, yeah, mine does all the time. All right, you should get back. I know you can't. You Coleridge. What are you? What are you? Ronnie's unit? He would send you half the city away to grab an apron. He kind of just nods like, I used to work for him. He's a tool. Yeah, you better get back. Kind of points, and he turns and, oh shit, the pastries, and kind of moves over to open the thing, and some little smokes. People like, oh
Nice.
shit. Fully distracted. The door's right there. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
You, boom, go out the back door, whirl around. You're like going around one corner, Marge on the other, right at the corner where these two like entrances sort of meet. Boom, we see our two criminals, our two corporate climbing criminals, have just accomplished their first mission. Congratulations, guys!
Yeah.
That was awesome.
All right, that's
Holy
great,
moly, that was my first time running blades. That's
dude.
so cool. Okay.
I was gonna leave, Jeremy. I was gonna leave.
Fine.
Oh man! All right, let's cool this down real fast. All right.
I'm gonna refill my drink real fast, David.
Yes.
Oh, I see. No, that's okay.
What's that? If you want to drink, you know what? This could be a good time to take a quick break, and then we'll just do a very brief, downtimes and ending stuff. If you want to do that,
Okay,
or we can
great.
just get to that right now and wrap things up. Up to you.
You're the conductor of this train. We'll follow you.
All right, let's tell you what. We'll do a couple individual scenes that you're doing downtimes. When Jerry's on his downtime, grab your drink. Take a piss break then.
Perfect.
Then we can knock this out and not have another 2 hour 45-minute stream. Because cool. So as we are coming out of that, let me find which my 1,000 tabs is my notes. Cool.
Which downtime are you doing first? Because if you're doing him, I'm gonna do a potty break.
First things first, we're gonna skip entanglements. What we gotta do for anything else. We're not doing entanglements. That's essentially a entanglements are a social consequence that happens after a heist. Something bad happens to you, you roll about it. That more has to do with like the other crews and stuff in the area, or PiSec catching on to you. Because I didn't let you choose this heist, because I did a lot of setup for you, I'm not gonna have entanglements. It feels wrong to be like, and here's the consequences for your decisions, because you didn't get to have any. We'll do that next time. For now, let's slip over to experience. So, it's
Awesome.
pretty fun. We're going to do this for the crew, and we're going to do this for your characters. Let's start with crew. And like I said, if someone wants to pee, who wants to go first on experience?
I can go first.
Okay, so Jeremy, go pee now. Let's talk about
Go
our
pee.
spider. Marge.
Let's do it.
So desperate actions, you mark those in that set attribute.
Yeah, I didn't roll any desperate actions though, right?
No, I don't believe so.
No, I
You
didn't
were
think so.
on top of it the entire time around. You never got yourself in that spot. I mean, that was perfect. You said efficiency was your jam with this team, and so efficient. Love that.
Bingo.
Did you address a challenge with calculation or conspiracy?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
I'm gonna click a point for that, and I'm gonna click 2
Great.
because I'm doubling your XP. And this
Whoa!
because basically, generally speaking, it just makes sense, right? Like
Sure.
we're not gonna go for we're doing once a month. I want this to kind of be a little fast tracked. So
Yeah, well, it even says here, or instead mark 2 XP if that item occurred multiple times.
Oh crap! You know what? I would say it did, right?
Yeah, so.
Like especially with your help actions, that's 4.
Ooh, you're doubling that. Very generous.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? Now I don't know about this one.
She did mention drinking coffee with her husband.
You're a schemer. Wow. Take 2. Take 2. That's
Thank you.
little guy. All right.
Hey, I mean,
Did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma? Come on. What do you got for that? You gonna spin me a web here? Spider?
no, I can't say there was any vice or trauma.
But I do love that. Hey, that is
Unfortunately.
a whopping 6 XP. You're almost to your next playbook advancement already.
Yeah, I just need to
Played.
figure out a way to start talking about my auto babies.
or your like guilt at what you did to your husband.
Right? Yeah, that one will be a little harder, I think.
Just weave
That's
that into
that's-
conversation.
It's harder to weave that into conversation. Yeah,
I
exactly.
killed someone once.
Someone very close to me.
You know what? We'll get to Jeremy stuff in the team XP in a second. Let's talk about downtime
Yeah.
activities while you're still peeing.
Perfect.
Do you have an idea for what you want to do for downtime?
Well, she's got to reduce stress for sure.
Okay, you know what? Actually, before downtime,
Okay.
I think you should probably have a conversation with your patron.
Okay. Yeah.
Different building, similar setup, long hallways filled with plastic sheets, floor closed off for renovations, a single light shining beneath the door of a single office. And we'll just cut right into the scene. Great job! Oh, it was thrilling! Oh, I watched it all, as I said, on the security cameras. Wonderful work, absolutely wonderful. I can't wait to see Magic's face. I guess I can't see a company's face, but still, I wiggle in my seat.
I'm sure you have people in the right places who can tell you what executives' reactions might be.
I might just kind of winks. I mean, I remind you, this is this figure told you his name. Breeder told you his name was Lloyd Coolidge, and it's a name you've heard before. This is a former Sergeant Soda regional manager for the state of Florida. His death must have been somewhat recent, you know, because you probably think about this after all these meetings, because you knew about this person from your time in HR. You probably knew some of the regional managers. You were, probably at least somewhat aware of like names and major shifts in like corporate positions, and you had not received any word of staff changes in Florida before your own death. So perhaps Breeder died somewhat recently. You don't know what role he plays now in the city of Afterlife. You don't know. Maybe you don't have access to that kind of information. Because there's not really a need for a regional manager. Perhaps he's still doing the position from this side. You're not really sure. Perhaps he's just playing the game. Perhaps you are one of many teams that Breeder has employed. Perhaps. Now, of course, you should take your payment, which I believe was 4 paychecks.
Yeah, baby.
He slides 4 nice little envelopes across to you. Be sure to split that with your ally. And of course, we had discussed a transfer for your husband, yes?
Oh, that's right. Yes, I'd like to make him a little more comfortable, if possible.
Yes, he will be very comfortable working directly for me. There's something in his eyes there that you don't love.
I don't love that already. I don't love that. Yeah, that's entangling entanglements.
Now, the matter's settled. I will make sure the transfer goes by. I'll send the paperwork to you for him to sign later on, but he will be very happy in his new position.
Wow.
But that's not my only gift for you, Marge. Kind of slides out and pulls out a little, like a little black book, like a little like agenda or something, and slides it over to you. This little book of mine is filled with contacts you may have an interest in knowing. Some you may actually recognize from your former work. People who have worked for Sergeant Soda in the past that have certain specialized skills that may help you in future endeavors. Should you want to bring a temp in, say, for, you know where I'm going with this.
I know you're going with that.
You'll know where I'm going with this next time when we bring our temp in, our first temp in for a little heist.
Hell yeah!
Kind of slides it over, looks at you kind of proudly, and then kind of nods. I also have a proposal for you. A further job, if you will. This slam dunk is still a serious issue for us. We need to know more about it. This dossier contains information on Shannon Dukov, slides a folder, the producer assistant for Kevin Clem, who is overseeing the production of this doc. He's somewhat untouchable for us, but she likely has access to scripts, interview transcripts, company contacts, the big reveals. Get me any of that information and you will be rewarded greatly. How does 6 paychecks sound?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Okay, yeah. Without giving away any of her excitement. Marge accepts the book.
You can pay
Shannon.
your subscription so far ahead. This is crazy.
Yeah. I'm feeling interested. I better talk to the rest of my team before I make a decision, but this sounds quite promising.
No, of course you can choose to take this opportunity or to leave it for someone else. Your team is a free agent in the game, contractor, so to speak. So long as you don't turn on Sergeant Soda, I will not discourage your right to choose your jobs.
I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Excellent. Oh, one more teeny tiny thing for my records. Does your team have an official name yet?
No, I don't remember having an official name yet.
Don't want to name it now? You can name it now, you can wait.
Oh gosh, we better wait, I think, right?
You wanna hold off? You wanna hold off?
Sure.
It's too soon. Okay.
Or maybe Switch has a name. I don't know.
Switch, you got a name?
Nope. We're gonna have to discuss this at
Oh
work.
god. Okay.
We'll get back to this. Just send the paperwork to my office. Whatever it is that day. You can file it with your husband once he's...
I hate that so much.
We gotta meet your husband soon enough here. See where he's at these days, but probably not tonight.
Yeah. Well, Brita, I suppose my people will talk to your people, especially when our people are the same person.
Yes, I love it. And we pan away from that scene. Switch. Let's do your experience gain here, right? So, Steven, you want to walk away? Now's the time. He's probably already gone.
He already did.
Okay, I wasn't looking at the screen. Cool. You did not waste time. You had 2 desperate actions. So I believe they were both in... No, one was finesse. So I'm going to put 1 prowess and 1 resolve point in your thing there, right? So you have experience towards, when those things fill up, you get a new dot you could assign anywhere in that field, basically. It's really cool.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Did you address a challenge with stealth or evasion?
Yeah.
I think you did. I think you did it once. So you get 1 XP point, put an extra 1 because we're doing double XP. So you get 2 points for that. Apart from that, you were doing more like, a lot of social stuff. I think. So I think.
Yeah.
Well, unless you argue, do you think you only did it one time? Do you think you could argue that you did it twice? You tell me. That's the game. It's a conversation.
Wait, did what? This movie part?
Address the challenge with stealth or evasion during this entire mission.
I'd probably just the once.
Okay.
Getting back through.
Okay. Did you express your beliefs, drive, heritage, or background in this?
No.
I would argue that by playing up the role of an employee, you may have expressed your background as an actor.
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
won't say no to that. I won't say no to that.
I like that a lot. I'm gonna give you 2 points for that. Do you think you did that more than once? I think I would say maybe you get beliefs, drive, or heritage, and that's heritage is life, background is work, right? So background would be like the work you did. Heritage, I think it's a tough sell, which gives you 4 XP total. Does that sound right to you?
I don't think so.
Oh, I should give you extra XP for... I'm actually going to give you normal XP during your desperate rolls because you do a lot of those. You don't think it sounds right. You should have more than 4.
Oh, no, 4. No,
Okay.
That's not... Yeah.
Sweet. Sounds perfect. That gives you
Don't worry,
halfway...
Ever was confusing me.
Sorry, yeah. When your XP and playbook advancement goes all the way up to 8, you get to pick a new ability, special ability. Or you can put those points instead in Insight, Prowess, or Resolve to try to get that up. You can switch in between. You can't take the ones out of Prowess, Resolve into that, but you can put points from advancement into those, if that makes sense. I can explain more at work, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Stand by.
Yeah. You are leveled up.
She demands to be picked up.
She is demanding.
Oh, Danny.
Okay, switch. Are you going to use a downtime activity to burn stress?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to sort of take this downtime and also roll into a scene specific to you here as well. So.
Okay.
You're going to indulge your vice. That's what lets you burn stress. Basically, you're going to go, and for you, it's stupor. You're going to get drunk. You mentioned before, if this sounds right to you, you have a certain place you like to go. It is a, what's Motorhead Moonshine in
Yes.
Coleridge?
I think that, it's in Coleridge.
I want to do a little scene at Motorhead Moonshine, if that's all right with you.
Okay.
Maybe you're off celebrating this victory. This stressed you out. You need to go and chill out a little bit. So let's open up in a grungy, sort of large industrial garage in Coleridge that has these huge, doors meant for like multiply, like with semis to go through, just open up inside this garage. We see that it's filled with basically just makeshift bar, barrels as seats, and just the grungiest thing.
Sure.
American flags kind of hanging all over the place because Pronghorn, who sort of run Coleridge, are very much very patriotic. They're the all-American company. You perhaps are sitting, maybe there's like a sort of table head sound, a bunch of tires. You're sitting on tires. I don't care. Tires everywhere, and you're drinking this glass of just this gross. It's black for some reason. Moonshine. Which doesn't even make sense. It should be
Okay.
Imagine it's clear.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't drink.
Okay.
Here. And as you're kind of taking a sip, a figure drops down across from you at the table, and you see this very a very tall, very well-built man, sort of chiseled chin, sort of hawkish nose, sort of slick back hair, very, very platinum blonde. The man himself is very, 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 very pale, with a kind of bit of a stubbly, sort of handsome stubble. There's something on the side of his eyes, also very sort of hawk-like, that screams villain, bad guy. This guy's up to no good. And he looks at you and says, "Hello, Connor! Ha! It is good to see you here." You know this is Christoph Morrow, a former actor friend of yours. Christoph and you have worked together many times in films. He was the bad guy in a lot of the Mission Improbable films that you were kind of the star lead in. Though he's actually Norwegian, he speaks in a Russian accent so he can better secure action movie villain roles. It's sort of his thing, is being the Russian bad guy in movies. And there's just a big, this is 80s-ish in feel. It's future 80s, so there's a lot of those. He kind of just looks at it has been too long. I saw you here and I had to come see. This is a good place to sit, eh? Place to drink. I heard you frequent it. I should put my hand away from the part where the mic is. I heard you frequent it.
Louder.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Yeah, I said, now you're just too damn close to the mic.
Always my problem. I think his eyes is glass and kind of holds it up, sort of frowns. Pronghorn. They make good cars and good weapons, but drinks? Ugh, they do not make good drinks. I am fairly sure this is spiked engine oil. Why is it black? I don't... Ugh.
Hey, you wanna...
Alright.
You want a spot to get lost? This is the place.
It is a good place to get lost. And a good place to... kind of looks around a little bit, good place to get away from official eyes and ears. There is something I'm here to discuss with you, Switch.
Lay it on me.
If you are still interested in killing off a certain cult, I may have a target for you.
I'm listening.
Do you know of Rob Graham, your replacement in the Mission Improbable franchise? This is an actor that kind of became the new lead character of the film series that you were kind of the main guy in. After you were booted. This actor actually died well before you, but is kind of been taking up the role from this side for some time now. Christoph died before you. Christoph died, maybe you remember, he died in an accident, like a skiing accident, sometime before your meeting with Bait.
Okay.
I have been working with Rob in filming Mission Improbable 14. Time's up. You die now. I got wind of...
Got him.
I got wind of something interesting. He is in connections as well. And unlike me, he is a level 5 bonded. Just like... He kind of looks down a little bit. Just like Angelica. He must have access to everything she knew. Everything she had meant to reveal before... This information, I know, is contained in a religious text of sorts. They call it Strings of Fate. It is only gifted to those level 5 and above, and its contents are entirely secret. And we both know that these secrets are worth killing over. Now, I have not seen the book. I assume it is less secure in Rob's penthouse. It will be far from easy, but if you get your hands on this book, we may finally have the means to target connections. And you know I want this badly too. So if you are to receive this book, take on this task perhaps, I can offer you some savings. Whatever 4 of your usual paychecks are, I will match it. A donation to a very worthy cause. He holds up his little black drink. Let us see those bonded bastards burn. Yes?
Switch will look down at his drink, give a little swirl down the whole thing, looks up. Tell me where I need to go.
This big white smile. Now let's do your downtimes here. You just drank, so if you want to give me a roll here, indulge your vice. You need to roll your lowest attribute to clear stress equal to the highest die. In your case, that's going to be the one you have in 600 tabs. And I closed your sheet.
But it's 1D.
It's 1D in either insight or resolve, so either way you have 1D. So go ahead and give me 1 die roll to see how much stress you clear here. Now, here's the thing. You do not want a 6, right? If you roll a 6, I think you should have 1.
Bad stuff happens.
Because you had 5 before left over, so I think you did 1 more. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Actually, 6 is fine. Basically, if you ever overindulge in a vice, it's bad. You don't want that. If you underindulge, though, you go into the next mission with stress already, which is also bad.
Stress,
So it's kind of a balance act.
Oh, you can well, I mean, you could take 2 downtime actions, right? I mean, it's a big risk, but yeah.
Yeah, it's blackjack, basically, right?
Yeah.
If you get, the closer you get to hitting 0 stress, the closer you get to busting.
Yep. Okay.
Busting.
Cool.
Should I do the same thing at the same time, David?
Jesus Christ.
What do you do? We'll do him first, so we'll talk about where you're going.
All right.
What's that?
1.
You clear 1 stress. You could use your second downtime to do it again. Do you want to keep drinking with Christoph late into the night?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
This is an old friend of yours. Christoph was part of Connections as well. Was not a fan of Connections. Wanted to break out. He was a level 2 bonded. Probably still is. Yeah. You always assumed that skiing accident was, much like with your family, was a secret murder. But it turns out, no, it was he just hit a tree with skiing.
Sure.
And he's still part of Connections, and he's still working to take it down from the inside. But he wants your help. This is a person that you've worked with for a while in this exact quest.
So in this sheet, I'm having trouble clearing 1 stress. I have to clear the entire thing and then re-add what was there.
Oh, really? I can clear it.
You can clear it.
Oh,
I already cleared it. I already did it, but...
Whoops, I cleared 1 too, so let me undo that clear I did. No, wait, no. I didn't clear 1.
Yeah, there you go.
You're where you should
There
be.
you go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I already cleared it to 5. Yeah. All right.
All right. Give me a second drink.
Don't roll a 6.
2. It was a 2.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, better than a 6, honestly.
That's not the
You're-
worst.
You're down to 3 stress. Not too bad. Not too bad. Going to the next one.
It's all right.
You have money now. You have coin from the mission. If you want to spend 1 coin, you could drink again. But it's risky now.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to.
Right.
Okay.
That's a 50-50.
We end on the 2 of you drinking quick glasses into the night, conspiring together to take down a certain cult connected with the very company your team is supposed to specialize in, sort of, espionaging? I don't know what the word is. It's late. Marge. So your downtimes, what do you want to do here? You have a lot of stress.
Yeah, so Marge needs to indulge here.
You want some
Indulge her
birds?
vice. Yeah, she's gunning for her Audubon babies.
Okay, you're moving to the area night market in the southern part of the city. This is controlled by Mom and Pop. And here there's a certain group called Overnight Shipping that basically take the broken or unfinished railway out into the beyond the city, which what's called the unfinished, the unrendered landscape filled with all sorts of horrors. But out here, Mom and Pop has a way of dropping in assets from the outside that aren't PiRon sanctioned, and so they bring in goods that you can't find anywhere else. And by request, perhaps, they start bringing in some auto babies. You have a contact here. Tell me about the contact you have. Who's the main person that sells these auto babies?
Kim is who sells me the auto babies.
Okay. I like
Kim, yeah. Maybe Kim is a collector themselves
that. Ooh.
and passes Marge on, the seconds, the extras, whatever. Or if Marge has the right coin, everything has a price.
You
So
yeah, let's say like you're moving down some alleys, back alleys in Night Market. The streets are well lit up here. There's a lot of shops down the way. A lot of them are closed for the night, but a lot of them are still open. Convenience stores, all sorts of retail locations. But you're weaving around the back of some larger apartment structure to some back door that has like no real. Maybe there's like a slight like bird carving in the door, like above the handle, but it's very shady.
yeah, just a
Open it up.
beak. Yeah.
Yeah, you open it up and move in, and there's just this kind of dimly lit, like almost like a storage room turned shop. There's one little desk, and there's just like rows of various kinds of like auto babies, birdie stuffed animals, just these fun little stuffed birds, and they're just all the way down. You're probably looking in. You probably have a decent collection, so you're kind of popping in, and a voice from behind the counter. You see a person I can only describe as being cat-like, kind of wide eyes and a almost mischievous smile, kind of longer black hair, but maybe like cut off around the shoulders, and like tan skin. Kind of looks at you. Ah, Marge, you're back.
Yes, and I'm hoping that you have my black-billed stork this time.
I do. I've been saving it just for you. Let's see how good a shape this black-billed stork is in. Give me that roll.
All right.
Let's see how
One
stress
D.
relieving this auto baby's gonna be.
1D. I'm rolling my lucky die here.
Okay.
Hold on.
What?
Holy shit.
What?
Are you serious?
6. I don't.
Nonsense.
I don't know what to say. It's a 6.
You're down to 1
Just-
stress.
I'm just as, if not more, surprised than you are.
Amazing.
I'm never getting rid of this die.
Holy shit.
I'm never getting rid of this die.
Okay.
I messed up my camera trying to do that. My focus is all off, but
Glass
Come back.
case comes out. Perfectly preserved auto baby. Tag still on it. Looks like it's never been touched by a speck of dust. And you just feel like, oh, your heart floods. You're so happy. You reach out and grab it. money's exchanged. I have to say, this is one of the finest quality ones I've found. It's a shame to get rid of it, but for you...
Well, every other time I've got 3 yellow bill storks, but I haven't gotten my black bill stork yet. And now, here I am. I can move on.
I dare say your collection's gonna be bigger than mine soon enough.
Well, I don't know about that, but I thank you, Kim. I hope you can do as well as you did today with my. I was gonna say platypus, and I was like, platypus is definitely not a bird.
It's not a lie. It's the one. Think of a bird. Think of a bird. Bear.
Quick, bird, fast. Platypus. No, shit. They have a bill though, a beak. I don't know. Whatever. Bird-like qualities.
That's all you need.
It's a mallard. Now she's looking for a mallard. Some sort of mallard.
You know the
I don't
mallard
know.
yet?
I'll Google birds. I'll Google mallards.
Yes, that mallard, the one you talked about. Yes.
Yeah, the really obscure one.
It's so obscure. I have it written down. I can tell you the name. I'll just show it to you. And show
That's
you the
okay.
name.
I believe you.
Okay. We're working on it. Do give my best to Russ. Kind of winks, but not in a weird flirtatious way, because Russ is very old.
Yeah. Okay. Geez. Well, without wanting to be discovered, Marge decides that now is a good time to get out of Kim's office.
Sliding out, got your glass case, moving into the night. You have one more downtime activity. What do you want to do? You don't need to recover. You're not hurt. Don't really need to reduce heat, because I didn't do that. Actually, I should do heat, shouldn't I? We didn't do the crew stuff yet. We gotta do that still. Do you want to do that before your second activity?
No, I think I can start a long-term project as my second activity, correct?
Yes.
Marge wants to start a long-term project where she gets Russ a better job, a not creepy job for breeder.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna make this. We'll do an 8-segment clock for this one, because you're kind of need to be pretty sneaky here, or else you're going to show that you're kind of working against breeder. I think that seems a little mean, but
it's a lot of segments.
It is. All right. You know what? It doesn't really affect too much. 6 segments, fine.
Okay.
You're just protecting your husband here. That's fine.
Sure. Maybe something in, like, I don't know, a meat packing plant.
Okay. Yeah. So what are you doing here for this first one? You're going to basically roll an action to clear heat. That's another thing. Sorry, I was reading about heat.
I was to say, I was like, oh man.
Project. You just roll an action to fill slots.
Okay.
Yep.
So
It's pretty simple.
I'm thinking that she can use her work contacts to roll consort.
Okay. Yeah. I'm into that.
Just try to, talk to different people in different departments, see about, is there an opening here? What's the need in this department?
Okay. Let's tell you right now. 1 to 3, you get 1 slot. 4 or 5, you get 2 slots. 6 gives you 3 slots. And a crit gives you 5 slots.
Okay, well, I'm rolling my special green die here with another one. Well, I did get a 6, but it wasn't on the green die. It was on the other die, a 4 and a 6.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's 3 slots.
Wow.
You're already, you go talk to one of your contacts, you're working it out. Paperwork is flying, and you like, oh yeah, of course we can do that. Getting it done.
Maybe it should be an 8-segment clock. I don't know.
With you, maybe. You're cheating.
I don't know.
We need a die cam on Steven next time. We need a die cam.
I would be fine with that. Dude, if I wanted to lie, I wouldn't make almost literally every single roll I've had a 6.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have so many things I opened and then closed. Real quick here. We're not doing entanglement, but I do need to do heat. You know what? Do you think that this whole thing was smooth and quiet with low exposure?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
Yep.
I don't think anything here would cause you any exposure. Everything went perfectly. You don't gain any heat.
Yeah.
This was a higher tier than you, so you are going to get 1 rep, which actually means you're going to get 2 rep because you have oh gosh, so many things open.
Something for our...
There it is. Your patron. So when you bet your tier, it costs half the coin. Oh no, it costs half the coin. Never mind. You still
Yeah,
get
it
double.
says when
You
you
get
advance
double
your-
rep. So let me put that in here. 2 rep for this mission.
Nice.
No heat, and let's talk XP. Did you execute a successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage operation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So could we... Is there an argument to mark it twice because we burgled 2 things? No, not really. It was an operation. It was a single operation. Never mind. Forget me.
It's not a bad argument. But I'm going to say no. I don't want to give these too easily.
Okay, that's fair.
It's too easily. Did you contend with challenges above your current station?
I mean, there was a cop in there. There was a guy with a gun.
I mean, it was a higher tier than you. I guess I gotta give you 2. I might regret the doubling on this because you're getting this so fast. Holy moly! Did you?
It's once a
bolster
month. It's
your
okay.
crew's reputation. Did you? What you did? Was it efficient and organized? I mean, I can't. It was.
Yeah.
It was. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. I mean, this was your first mission. You followed your patron's orders. You did everything exactly as. What do you think?
It sounds like... Yeah, it sounds like we did it. Yeah.
All right. I'll give you that much XP.
I wanted... Marge wants to have a quick conversation with Switch about their conversation with Breeder.
Yeah, hell yeah. So you get 6 XP. That's, I believe, everything there. If we miss something on the downtime stuff there, we'll come back to it. Your downtime duties are done, so let's go to some closing scenes, and let's cut to you, Marge and Switch. You have your little office in the basement of a shooter's. So there's like, raucous music and laughter and drinking and all sorts of stuff happening upstairs. But down here, things are somewhat noise canceled. You probably have some foam in the ceiling, and you are sitting in your very tidy, very nice office. What are you doing?
I think Marge and Switch are maybe each doing their own thing, typing up something or whatnot. And Marge has a couple of false starts. She starts to say something, and she rethinks it. Oh, no, that's stupid. Finally, she says, Switch, Breeder asked me a question earlier. He asked about our team name. And I didn't really have an answer, but I've been thinking about it, and I'm sort of like the needle, and you're sort of like the shears, and together we kind of weave this wonderful tapestry, almost like a sewing circle. Do you want to be in a sewing circle with me?
What?
We could call our crew, ourselves here, we could call it the sewing circle. It's secretive, it's precise, it's efficient.
Oh my gosh, Are we the sewing circle? I just love the what slayed me. It's so good. That was the most in character what?
This is a lot to drop on me.
Oh baby. Are we the sewing circle? What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
I mean, I sure as hell ain't gonna come up with anything better. I hate it. I hate it.
You hate it.
There it is.
That's it. We are the sewing circle.
If that's what we gotta be, then that's what we gotta be.
I mean, it's cute, right?
It's so cute. Oh man. Okay.
You won't get objection from me, and you won't get an alternative. So.
Oh, I love that. Oh shoot.
Fucking sewing circle.
Oh, I just realized something.
Uh-oh.
No big deal. No BS this whole time. Again,
Not
second
the
stream
sewing
ever.
circle?
No.
Not the sewing circle?
Second stream ever. I did not have the map open this whole time, which doesn't matter a lot.
Ah!
There's a few times where I was like, right here,
You know-
in Char Hollow, right here.
I noticed
there's
that.
the
I
sheets.
just didn't.
Whoops.
I just didn't know if that was intentional. Or
I got
not.
into it. I was into it. And also, I'm really bad at this still. But hey, I'm really better. We're getting better. This was a better stream. We're always getting better. Thank you for your patience. I'm a goof.
Well, we didn't really once open like a map or anything,
We
so
didn't. No, it didn't matter. It was more just to be like talking about sheets, like, oh, you get that much and this and that. But now the sheets are actually on the screen, and then that's that. For audio audience, you got the same experience everybody else did, except without faces. We're just caring about you guys. All right. With that, the sewing circle is complete. You have this one. What's your? Just give me a last freeze frame here, right? When the episode ends and we freeze frame you guys saying the name, what's it look like?
I picture Marge like leaning over with her hands out, being animated, trying to explain all the reasons why she wants to call the group the Sewing Circle, and Switch, I imagine, just like sitting back with like his hand over one eye, just like
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Switch is very much just.
yeah.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Oh, and in the background there's a black-billed stork.
The glass case in the office. Nice. Lights the place up. Hell yeah. One more little thing I'm gonna do before we call it a night. One more scene.
Oh boy. How are you gonna hurt me?
I want to open up in a darkened alley. Not an alley we're aware of. I'm not gonna a nondescript place somewhere in the city of Afterlife. The sort of orange, almost half dim glow of the sun in its black sky shines almost like a neon light over the features of this alley, which looks weirdly wet, even though water in Afterlife is generated via just like pipes and stuff. It's basically produced into the world as data. There's no rain. Why is it wet? I don't know. I don't care. We just hear some kind of clamoring. Garbage can falls over and voice, Why? Why are you doing this? Why? We see a bald man in a mustard yellow button-up shirt stands against a wall. His hands are held out before him, his head slick with sweat. Facing him, we see a shadowed shape of another man. Shrouded all as he is, all we can make out is a wide, white smile of meticulously bleached teeth. We also see that he is wielding a nasty-looking hunting knife, the serrated edges of the blade glowing with a soft blue light, giving off just the faintest hum as it's held up just below this person's sort of throat, and the other man just the shadowed man just looks down at them, smiles. What? I'm just helping a fella out. You Pixelate members want to see the city broken, right? Want to cause a little chaos. Believe me, there's gonna be chaos. And something changes there in the bald man's expression, the victim in this situation. Just this odd combination of hardening and peace. The eyes sort of firm and closed, and he stands tall. Go ahead then, heathen. Others will shepherd the end of this devil's dream. Let my part end. I'm ready to move on to the real afterlife. And that knife just freezes. The hand holding it begins to tremble, gleefully tremble. Real afterlife. Oh. Real afterlife. Oh, man. You don't get it, do ya? You already died once. You don't just get to do it again. A spark of fear enters the bald man's eyes, and seeing that, the smiling assassin, the man known as Bait, drives the blade down into flesh. And the bald man screams. He is stabbed repeatedly, and each time the blade pulls away, so too does a line of floating data and some essence of this tragic person. A pink string of code, the eyes vanish. A blue string, the mouth is gone. An orange string, the skin. As this person dies, their form melts away. Their screams transform into a horrible whirring note, until all that stands within the alley is a form, still humanoid in shape, yet constructed fully of strings of untethered, corrupted code. A virus. And a voice booms out from this figure, though there is no mouth left to speak with. The manic, deranged voice of a man who has faced a second death, overlapped by something like a whirring electric growl. Just K. And thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. We'll call it there.
Thank you, everybody.